All right, so we are live and just waiting for our guests to arrive. They've got for today, and it is so nice to be here celebrating womanhood for the entire month. There we are. For Vinita. Hello.
Hi, Linda. Are you able to
Welcome.
see me and hear me?
Yes, you are audible,
Yeah.
loud and clear,
Yeah.
visible.
Yes, you are audible.
Super. Just gonna say a hi to a lot of people. Shiva, Surya. Okay. Nice. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah. Hi,
Right?
everyone. Hi.
So happy Women's Day again for you and for
Thank
your
you.
audience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Women's Day to you too and to all the participants, all the viewers here. Happy Women's Day.
Thank you so much. So we're just gonna wait for our other guest and then we'll start.
Yeah,
In the
sure.
meantime, somebody is telling a hi, Shiva Surya, 81.
Yeah.
Okay. So our other guest is not able to join. I'm just going to help her out.
Okay.
So how are you today?
Absolutely fantastic. And I'm so eager
Nice.
to look forward to how it's going to go. Yeah.
Right?
Ambika is also coming up.
Mm, yeah, she joined. There we go. Okay. Got to. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. We can see you now. Can you hear?
Hi.
Ah, there we go. Hi. So
Yes,
loud and clear. What's
both.
that?
I can hear you
Both. Okay.
both.
Okay. Hi,
Lovely. So
Ambika.
Hi, hi Vinita. Hi Brinda.
hi. I'm going to say a hi to Aisha, Rohini Raja. Beautiful. Lot of us are live right now. Okay.
Wow.
So
Yes.
Ambika, happy Women's Day again for you too.
Happy Women's Day.
Okay. How are you both feeling?
Really thrilled. Let's
Thrilled,
see how it's coming
right?
out.
I
Yeah.
know. It's a mix of emotions, right?
Vibrant.
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 Oh, good. Lovely. I'll tell you the reason why I ask you this question because it is important to touch our, keep in touch with our state of mind, emotional state of mind, as much as we are into all the physicality and, a lot of things going on in our mentality also. So it's nice to be knowing what we are feeling right now. And when you vocal it out, when you're doing live like this, and then when we vocal it out, so we will know exactly how we can help each other, right? And our audience also will know uh, because vulnerability is the subtlest thing right now. Am I right? Because all of us are
Absolutely.
doing the same thing, whether it is Instagram or YouTube or in family goals. Everything is common and everything is becoming highly competitive. A lot of FOMO is happening. So, in order to combat all that negativity, a simple question, to ask ourselves is like, how are we feeling at this moment? Every time we do a
Absolutely.
time check like this, it just gives us the reassurance that okay, this is what it is. We can acknowledge and then we look forward. With that being said, it's an introduction for today's EQ talks with empowered women and empowering women. Those who are empowered, they don't stop themselves. They want to empower others around us, right? And that's the reason I thought celebrating womanhood, Women's Day only on one particular day is not going to be enough. Um, so we're going to recognize a lot of women like you, like her, around us, and give us some that space and time to, speak in depth about how what are our struggles, stories, which led us to do what we are right now doing. So that is something that is underrated, undervalued. So not even our family members will know, right? Why we are doing what we are doing. So it is that point of time where I'm going to instigate those questions to you, where you will touch upon that particular quote behind what you're doing, why you're doing, and then also give us some game-changing tips for all of our audience. based on your struggles and achievements. And finally, we will touch upon some questions if there is anything from audience, and then we'll see how we can answer their queries as well. So I want to ask you the very first question, both of you, that what do you think is one struggle that all women, go through right now? Any number of struggles are there, but what could be their one superpower that they do have it, but they seem to overlook at it. They ignore it. So in your coaching and in your profession or in your life, that you have observed that one superpower that can be still be used, it is underestimated. What will that be?
Yeah, so what I believe is every woman is super compassionate, right? She is super compassionate with every loved ones. And with
Absolutely.
her kids especially, you can see it. Even they do the same mistake for 100th time, she is ready to forgive and she is ready to love the same way when the first moment she touched them, right? The same amount of compassionate what she is having with her kids, with her loved ones, but she is not having the same with her own self. She never
Absolutely.
really works for her to fill her cup. This cup, it is due to so many reasons, so many situations. She has accumulated so many frustration or irritation or so many things is not going in the way she wanted. And this cup is completely filled with that, right? But she always ignores to fill this cup with compassion for herself. When she
Absolutely.
not when she's not looking into herself, that's the time when she start to look out for other people. She really earns for others attention and their time for herself, right? When she
Absolutely.
starts to show that compassion to herself, prioritize herself as a first thing in the morning, she would start seeing a drastic change in her life. This is true in my life and also in my students' life. So I say them to be equally compassionate with themselves as a first thing in
Absolutely.
the morning. Yeah.
So in you know in EQ also we say there are two components to each and every aspect. One is self and another one is others,
Yeah.
right? But as a woman, as you rightly said, we were always focusing on others, whether it is compassion,
Absolutely.
passion, or likes, dislikes, everything mostly about others, right? Now there is other part that we need to also work. So that's what you're trying to say, self-compassion or
Absolutely.
self-love,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Lovely. And
Yeah.
you, Ambika?
Yes, I completely agree with Vinita what she said, like compassionate. And from my side, like usually both men and women, they tell that women talks a lot. They are emotionally strong or sometimes weak, like multiple talks, like okay, on women. But I feel emotions are the one which flows easily through us, particularly as a mom. If my child feels something bad, or if I want to change that not hurting my child, then I am the person who wants to change. After getting that promotion to the mom's post, our responsibility doubles up,
Absolutely.
right? Likewise, I believe as a mom, we have to raise an independent children as well. So
Mm.
for sure, every mom has that power inside them since the child is born. What is that power? Do you want to know?
Yeah, yeah,
They keep
sure.
half of their attention towards their infants or toddlers, like when their child is like infant or toddlers, towards the safety. Yes, but on little later stages, unknowingly the child grows. Some moms forget to give them some responsibilities.
Mm.
But as a parenting coach, what I would like to tell is we have to try to give little chores to them. So this is the ignorant part, what some of the parents do. But the most powerful thing is, as we are getting into the leadership, our promotion that doubles up, even we have to uh, share our work so that we are raising a responsible leader at a young age itself.
Lovely.
So that's the
Superpower.
one thing most
Okay.
importantly, yeah, I
Okay.
wanted to tell. Yeah.
So I understand the keywords from Vinita, it will be self-love, the relationship towards themselves, and of course the others. And the keywords that you have given us is the independency, responsibilities of being a parent. That is also a duty towards how they are bringing up their child, right? So
Yes.
I right now want to connect back with you. In fact, I want you to right now introduce yourself as to what you are doing in order to empower yourself and other women around you. So just give us some few words of introduction about what you're doing.
So, I'm a relationship coach. I use mindfulness tools to help women to have a blissful relationship with her husband and in-laws just by working on herself. That's an interesting part. Many of my community members, they have a problem even to the utmost that their husband have their affair and most of the things, 20 years of problem and all those things, just by working on themselves they have resolved it. So this is something that I teach people and help them to have a very happy relationship. So this is all
Lovely,
about me, and I'm just doing it for the past 2 years.
lovely. So, super. You, Ambika?
Hi, I'm Ambika Shyamsundar. I'm a holistic parenting and kids productivity coach. More than 15 years, I have not been to any hospital, no medicinal life, leading a no medicinal life with the family, and 10 plus years in the research field, handling various parental projects. So, more than 7 plus years helping for 500 plus parents, teens, and pre-teens in their productivity and focusing their life skills.
There we
So
go.
I am in a mission to empower 10,000 families, both parents and children, to cultivate health, channelize focus, and become kind individuals through stable and calm parenting strategies.
Wow, quite a mission, no? So, my next question was, how do you connect with that superpower and how have you overcome? So that will be my following question. But now, both for me and for our audience, you both have nicely, articulated not just the superpower that you want to recommend for the other women, also the ones that you have been using in your life, right? And hence it has become a mission in what you want to do for others as well. So nicely put that you, Vinita, that you are dealing with relationship,
Yeah.
related, coaching and support services, and Ambika, you are into kids productivity, and how do you make them really? When it is productivity, it is subset of everything, right? It's a combination of everything. It is an
Yes,
independence, it is guidance, it is also performance. Everything put together. How are they agile and productive, right?
yes,
So very
yes.
nice. So I asked you, now I want to ask you in your life if there is any moment that you felt stuck or lost, some downtime, maybe emotionally drained, and how have you overcome that?
Yeah. So to tell that, let me just give you a quick recap of myself. So I got married. It's a love come arranged marriage, and I have done my masters, and I'm an university rank holder. In spite of all those things, but I just loved him, and I love him. So I just got married, and he was working then in Delhi. So I just went there without looking anything into my career. So all that preference I gave to my is at that point of time is relationship. Okay, everything that relationship only that means a lot to me. But then as I can see after going there, after a few months, I could see that misunderstanding and lots of I could see the changes that's coming up in likes, dislikes are more, and acceptance is I'm not able to accept few things what he likes. So many things are coming up, and as years went off, I couldn't accept it completely. This is not the life that I really wanted, right? I just wanted to have 365 days of happiness with it. Okay, I don't know whether it exists or not, but I just want that. So I literally started to work on that. So the mistake what I did is, at first, always what we do is when we see something, misunderstanding comes up, all that we do is we tell the person to change. Right, this is wrong, this is right, this is good and bad and everything, and that doesn't up, work. And sometimes it can give a temporary result, but not a permanent. Okay, it seems to be getting over, but again the next 3 or 4th day or 5th day, the problem is going to come again, right? That's the point. At one point, I felt that my body is completely out of pressure. But it's completely filled of pressure of whatever that's happening. It's really piled up. I remember it has been 6.5 years then, and it's completely piled. All those emotions and all those thoughts, everything is so piled that I was feeling so pressure within me. And I'm the person who never opens up to anybody, right? I don't want to make him to feel, or I don't want to confront all these things, whatever is happening between us to another person. So I'm just piling up everything inside, and it's too much of pressure inside me. And that one day I could feel it so much, and I felt that my body is going to burst. That much
Explode.
of
Correct.
pressure. And
Correct.
that day,
That's the thing.
I yeah, that day I just I want to release it, right? All that my mind said is to release it, and I took the paper and I started to write. So this is something, a quick hack to everyone who is stuck up and who is feeling so much problem within themselves. If you really feel so much is bothering inside you, please don't hold it. Okay, at that point you feel it's too much, but when you overcome it, you will see that it's a just path laid for you to evolve in your life, right? So
Wow.
at this moment,
Wow.
a quick hack is release it by writing it off.
Please.
The way how your mind says, just release it by writing. This is
Lovely.
one quick hack, and it's really deep healing. I hope it
Super.
helps
Thank
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I was going to ask you about some tips following the questions, but then anyway, we will hold on for that. And let's thank you so much for sharing your personal stories, because personal stories is what is actually defining us, right?
Yes.
As I already said, the key word is being vulnerable. The more right now you're, the the attitude that you felt that you are is like you don't. I'm a person who don't open up, right? You are right now on Insta Live, Vanita,
Yeah.
right? You realize that, and you open up so beautifully, and
Yeah.
that has,
Yeah,
and you will
that's
be
it.
able to.
For first time when I feel that this is something that's happening only with me, okay? When I was thinking that I asked for time and attention with my husband, I used to think at some time that is this only me I'm that asking the time and attention with
Definitely not
him,
only you.
right?
You're not the only person.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That I was thinking it first, but then I could realize it. Now I have talked to more than 150 women, and now I know that this is something that's happening everywhere, right? We
Everywhere.
think it's so close to her, it's so personal, and no, it's happening in every individual's life.
Every individual. That's why I
Every
always
family is
say
going on.
problems are
So
common. Absolutely.
yeah, if
So
you
in the interest
can
of time,
vocalize it, somebody, if you have vocalized it, that the transformation that you got through doing something, then the other person can also benefit out of it, right?
absolutely,
So there's nothing to
absolutely.
hold
Thank you.
on. I feel so.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from Ambika. So tell us one incident, a quick incident where you felt, again, you went through, it could be anywhere, in any dimensions of life.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it has shaped your, the way that you are right now.
Yeah. So, like as I said, like 10 plus years of my research when I was in research field, my colleagues used to tell, I think you are a very calm parent. But of course, no, I am not a calm parent. I was a, like an angry parent. Really, I used to get angry for so many
And you
things.
have two
Okay.
boys, right?
Yes, I have
it's,
two boys. Okay,
and
so for
it's not an easy
simply,
task.
yes, 6 years back, and not even 6 years back, like my elder son is now 16 years old, like 2 more days, okay, 16
Wow.
years old to be completed. So when he was in around 5 months or so, 3 months to 5 months, they are like he was a very infant stage. He used to get cranky and crying at the night during night. I know for feeding or something, but I used to get very irritated. Why is this child? So you never believe that as a mom I used to slap him. Okay, such a cruel. If I think now, what a cruel behavior did I have that? And after that, that was not stopping me. I just thought, no, no, it has to be, my child has to be this way. And I myself, I am like, yeah, I have got into bioinformatics, masters in bioinformatics, and I am into the research field. So it's like top. The child, I am into research field. My child has to be this way, the perfectionist. Okay, so I like when he started growing in his LKG, like when he was having the fancy dress competition, I actually taught him a 12 lines of beautifully written poem, and I made him practice for around 1 week. Okay, he was telling very nicely, but when he went his name is S, starts with S, so alphabetically they have to go into the stage and he has to speak up. He just spoke one line, just 2 lines and not at all inside the poem. He just spoke on his own and he came out. I was like that, like what that angry. Why didn't he tell the way how I taught him? Okay, I just slapped him. It was on top of my head, and when he came back, towards the evening, the teacher told me the way you have dressed, the way he said your son as the scarecrow. That's a famous the Wizard of Oz character. Okay, he got first prize,
Wow.
but still I was not happy. I was not happy because he didn't tell my
The
12
way
lines
you
curve, but
want it.
that's
Mm.
the way. That's the way I wanted. So that went on, and then during his fifth standard spelling bee competition, although he was into the world level spelling bee, wanted to, but in the previous round, international, or like getting into that, he failed. He couldn't go to the next round. I felt like no, somewhere we are missing. Again, I am trying to, because now he is in fifth standard. Again, I am trying to. Somewhere now I realize like whatever the strategy, the slapping or getting angry, the same strategy my elder one was using to his younger bro. So
Mm.
that's where it opened up. No, no, Ambika, you have to change something on you. The one version towards my colleagues, they would think, Ambika, do you get angry? They ask me that the version they are seeing me, and
Mm.
inside my home, I am not that person. So I thought, like, no, somewhere I am missing myself, somewhere I'm missing connecting, missing to connect with my child, so that the child is also using my strategy as beating the younger bro or something. Then I came out with like as a habit tracker, the annual tracker, where like instead of this we follow, we all three, like including myself and my family, my husband and my kids as well, where each and every responsibility, like small home chores to the behavior wise, each and everything we all track
Mm.
it. So this is the one where we think, instead of telling, no, you do your work, instead of that, I see my tracker and change myself. But
Wow.
what we do as a family, we plan towards the morning and we have a tracker morning, like week wise, annual tracker and daily. So this is what I learned from my how we do in the office, the same way. So these are like silent, what are the calm parenting
Mm.
strategy and how the child is also mingling with the other child. So all these beautiful tricks and progress,
You
all these
you have
brings that
devised it.
magical
Okay. So
bonding.
all these
Yes.
things you have devised it in your program.
Yes,
Very
yes,
nice. Thank
yes,
you so
yes.
much. Thank you
And
so much.
in this habit tracker, even the tribe is also getting that self-disciplining concepts and everything.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yes,
Very nice. Keywords like not knowing ourselves really
yes,
well because we have so many personalities within us, right? So
yeah,
that indicates how much is self-awareness is important, and also something that you realized by observing your own patterns, which is
yes.
replicated in your child, is something that
Can you
that.
hear Vinita?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, loud and clear. Don't worry.
Yeah.
yeah,
Now I
yeah,
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you also, Vinita. Don't worry.
Yeah.
yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah,
So another key thing that you said, Ambika, is about you know habit tracker. That not only for disciplining is not only for the kids, you're also doing it.
yes, yes,
That really shows that how you want that interdependence to happen with your child. It's not just the dependency or independency totally. So you're drawing a line. Beautifully
Yes.
said. With that, I would also like to share an incident in my family as to not just family, but in my life as to what led me to do what I'm doing right now is somewhere everything what you both have shared definitely is common, right? We are not even though I may be staying outside India, but as a woman, as a person in business, or as a person in family, all of us have common problems only. It's just the degree is different. So I happened to do, during pandemic, it was that is the time that we went. Before pandemic is when we transitioned to US, close to about 2 years before pandemic, one and a half years before pandemic, we were there already. And then after pandemic, so many things have happened. Already the transition from here to there, it's too exhaustive for us in order to settle down. But pandemic happened, and then the entire world was churning it down. A lot of things happened, and then post pandemic there was another change. So as an immigrant, it's life is entirely different when we step out of our country. Not only to handle our professional life, even the personal life. Everything is independent, so independent that we just cannot have any other luxury. So unlike India, you can outsource it just like that and then get your things done. But it's not so. So what happens is it is affecting our energy level, physical energy, or even the mental energy in terms of how many things you will handle, right? And top of it, there's also something happening within ourselves and around ourselves in terms of emotional well-being. Like, because Vinita is here and because Ambika, you are here talking about agility in kids and how your relationship with kids. And Vinita rightly spoke about relationship both within self and others. So all these combined factor had, on top of it, I was establishing myself as a digital entrepreneur, working with 2 time zones, 2 audience. So it was too much for me. So one day, without my awareness, I think it's a pileup. Definitely, it's a pileup. So we always say there are core emotions like fear, anger, sadness, happiness, and all that is core emotions. But before that, if I ask, somebody is being, how are they? What is their emotional state of mind? They may say like, I'm scared. Somebody will not say I'm fearful. That can only happen when there is really something frightening happening for them. When a tiger walks in, we can't say I'm scared, right? It's traumatic experience. So similarly, there is an exhaustion happening within ourselves without our knowledge. That is the stage where we get into a burnout. Burnout is not an emotional state. Instead, it is a state combination of everything: physical, mental, emotional, and your energy level. Okay, so burnout is something that happens on a incremental ways without our awareness. So whatever Ambika just said in terms of self-awareness, like what kind of person we are and what are the emotions that we carry and how is it replicated in others. You know, kids are the first people that we will know, okay, this is how I reacted. Oh, is this what I am? So they are the mirrors. And then comes the relationship with our, immediate people in our family. It could be spouse or it could be elders in the family, friends and all that. And then it translates into business clients also. So business is who we are. That's what our super mentor always says, that it is not something different. Business is who we are. And everything has its own implication. One day, suddenly, I was just doing my work. All of this got piled up, and I was into routine work and doing everything all by ourselves. And then we have, of course, we have a shared responsibilities. We thought we are doing everything, we can manage everything, okay, without understanding the subtle, bed of what is happening with us. And then one day he just came, stood behind me while I was just doing something. Maybe I was doing something on work, very focused. I didn't realize that he was standing. Suddenly he just made some noise, and then I was like, I just got a sudden skip my heartbeat. Okay, so that was a jerk, and I was never like this. So that jerk really made me realize that no, we got to stop everything, try to understand. And then he just patted on my back. I was just standing here. I'm not even making any noise or anything, right? Why do we have to? So slowly, what I understood is I was fearful, not for this person, not for something else. But slowly, I had gone past the layers of being scared, frightened, and then the last layer is fear, right? It's only because there is another line of, exhaustion happening. So that's when I decided burnout is something that I really have to, work on myself, make sure that I do what is antidote needed for burnout, and also teach women like us, because all of us have same problems, same kind of, similar situations, most of it. If you're in India, most of it will be similar, unless there is a different angle and intensity towards it. That's it. So I decided to, have a mission of teaching women to achieve that freedom, that peace and calmness and abundance using emotional intelligence and leveraging digital media wherever they are, so they can work from home. After pandemic, world has become different, right? It's everybody is doing something or the other on the online. So you don't have to travel, you don't have to do, you don't need a boss, you can just do whatever you want. But despite of it, we do get into burnout because it's not a bed of roses journey at all. So that is why I thought emotional intelligence could be a tool to teach both the personal development and the business development, because you deal with people everywhere and emotions are there not only with people, it is within you also. So it is important to know how to handle emotions within ourselves so that we will be able to read the same in, either in our family or kids or clients also. If you cannot understand the emotions part of yours, you will not be able to understand and connect better with your clients. So I thought, let this be a, breakthrough point for me, and then teach people, especially women. My heart goes out to women, so I took it as a mission to reach out for 1 lakh women handling this. It is so very nice to come online and, share those stories. And underlying factor is, it's a common thing, like keywords you can pick up and just connect the dots. We all will fall into the same category, and yet we teach different things for different women based on our experience and expertise, right? In this moment, I'm just going to say a big hi to everybody, a line of people who just waved us. Deepika from Dubai, Helan Empower from Chennai, I think it's Jayanti, Monisha, hi, Akila, hi, Kritika, hi, Social Saransh, okay, it's me, Sanjak, okay, Sukanya, hi, Dwanik, hi, and Yoga to World, hi, Hari, super. Um, all right, so for audience, I just want to ask you, if you resonate, it could be a women audience or a men audience. If you resonate with any of these dimensions that we are talking, our guests are, all of us have different roles to play. One as a woman, as a coach, and as a family person, as a daughter-in-law, as a wife, as a mother. So we play different roles, and so are the men. In your life, if there is something, that you can connect dots and can resonate with what we share, um, and in case you have some questions as to, okay, this is what happened to me also, but is there anything that, you want to ask, you can always ask our guest. We can answer that on the live, or maybe we can answer that one on one. With that being said, I want to go back to my guest and ask you, first you said superpower, that is, being undervalued, and then you shared your personal stories, struggles. From there, you also aligned your superpower in your own journey. So it's given me a validation, and some, in your conversation, both of you have given tips also. So I'm going to go back to that tips question, where I want you guys to just give our audience a game changer tip. So that can be in the interest of just time, because we have so many tools, right? We can keep going on, but I want you to pick up only one thing. It could be a best practice, or it could be a ritual that you're doing, that you just cannot let go, which is transforming your life in various ways. Or it could be a mantra or a quotation, a quote that you heard from somebody, you got inspired, anything which just got stuck in your mind that you always refer back whenever you feel down. It could be even it's like an anchor. So anything, it should be something that can be a game changer for our audience. So is
Yeah.
there anything that you would like to share?
Yeah, so as I deal with relationships, so I just like to quote on that. Okay, so in relationship there can be problem with anyone. Okay, it can be with your own family member, your husband or in-laws, or with your own kids or parents or anyone. Right? The moment when you start telling that they are the problem, they because of them only the problem is, and only when they change, the problem will get over. My dear, you're just losing your power. Okay. So the one thing that you need to do is you need to take the responsibility to work on it. Okay. It is not that because of you, or don't make it into a victimhood, but take the responsibility that you want to work on that relationship. The one thought of having the responsibility that I want to change this relationship will give you a way to work on it. Otherwise, you will just go into a blaming mode, complaining mode that the other person is wrong. Only when they change, the relationship problem is going to over, get over, right?
Very
So
nice.
you'll be losing the power to make any changes. So the one thing that I would request you is always and always, if you're following me, then you will know that take the responsibility that you want to make any changes. Okay,
Lovely.
it can be anything, to the extent whatever the mistake they are doing. But the moment when you think that I want to make changes and want to bring that happiness, blissfulness in my family, you have the power to bring it. That's a
Lovely.
superpower every woman have in them. Okay, so
Super.
that's always it brings it within me. Instead of going into thoughts, endless thoughts of blaming them that they are the problem, I just take over that I what I can do for it, what's it.
Mm.
So I just think of it, and there are many other tools that you can work over with mindfulness so that you can change the dimension of the relationship. Okay,
So
so this is
one
something the
powerful,
first thing.
yeah, one powerful tip that I can summarize is the you want that individual to take that responsibility first, right? Take
Absolutely,
initiative,
absolutely.
self-initiative.
Yeah.
Very
Yes,
nice.
yes.
So
Because if
that
they don't take initiative, if they're only in the blaming mode, right, they are just giving the power to the
to
other
others.
person to make
Very
any
nice.
other way, right?
Super.
Only when
Thank you.
you take the power, you can make some changes in relationship. So I want you to
I
own
know
that
it's
power.
very, I know it's very counterintuitive, right? I've been there too. When I'm going through a problem, it's because of somebody else, and somebody is telling me, "You take that responsibility."
Yeah.
They're like,
So let me just
we will
decode it.
explore even more. That is how it is so counterintuitive. That is why
Absolutely
self-awareness is the
counterintuitive, and let me just clear it off also. So if the problem is like the husband is the one who is doing mistake, because this is something that happens in every home, right? If you are in argument, that means that the other person is wrong, right? So if the other person is only the wrong according to you, okay, let it be in that way itself. So, my dear, if you are being in the mode of thinking that only that person, when they change, you will not be able to make it. What is it happening within you? You're always dreaming, you're always cribbing, or you're always in the low vibration.
vibration.
And this universe will give you only what you
Same
are,
kind of
not
things.
what you
Okay.
want.
Okay.
Okay, if you're always being so moody within inside and you're always complaining within inside, you feel victimhood within inside, you will start seeing that in spite of whatever that you do, you can't change the situation at all. Might be some temporary relief can come, but again the problem will used to be coming and coming, right? Repeatingly patterns. You start seeing repeated patterns of the same problem coming in different other ways.
All right.
But again resulting in the same emotional, like
Super.
you
So
feeling alone,
I will connect
right?
back to your tip. The keywords is to take self
Absolutely.
responsibility.
So when you raise your energy, you start responding to the
All right.
situation instead of reacting.
Thank you so
So the
much.
moment when you
Thank you so
respond,
much.
you start seeing the changes in the
Thank you.
situation.
Thank you. So, Ambika, about your game changer tip.
Yeah. So usually that's actually a great question. I used to take more particularly on parenting pressures and what the parent have low self confidence. Okay, so where I want to talk about the parent who is a housewife or working parent, they are unable to spend quality time with their kids.
Mm,
So they feel more confident that they are unable to teach more to their
mm,
kids. Okay, so whereas I tell those parents in my community as don't think about the competitive world
mm,
outside. Think of the child's internal world. The child is the pure soul and it has come to this beautiful world for some purpose.
mm,
So let's empower our child from the self disciplining mode, the inside out approach, where the child itself understand what am I studying? Why am I learning this? What are the benefits will I give it to me? These are the couple of,
Questions.
please note down all the parents or viewers. What are the questions that can open up for yourself as a parent first, and ask the same list to your child as well. Am I enjoying this learning while learning, or am I bored? Or simply for the sake of marks, am I behind the books? Am I chasing behind the marks, or am I thinking about my passionable interest as well? So
Very
these
nice.
are the two questions, yeah, where you can see when you ask from the version 0 before this session, you would be definitely going to your version 1 of yourself as a parent and yourself as your child. So a little song, okay, Tamil song. புதிதான அதிகாலையோ புகை சூடும் நெடுஞ்சாலையோ உன்னோடு நான் நடந்தால் எல்லாம் பேரழகு உன்னோடு மட்டும்தான் என் நேரம் எனது என்னோடு மட்டும்தான் மெய் பேசும் மனது only when I am myself the truth is within me.
Lovely.
That genuine world, that self, that inside out world, we are just missing, parents.
Absolutely.
So don't, please don't
Absolutely.
miss that. And
Very
please
nice.
take, yeah, Vinita said, just try to see the another perception, the our higher energy perception, so
Super.
that we are not seeing only the blaming world of the child, else we are also seeing a very beautiful soul by increasing our energy and the child's energy as well.
Right.
So that's my
Super.
opening up questions
Awesome.
to you all.
Yeah, you also added another element of music, right? So very nice. It really shows that how much you're passionate about what you're doing, right? So, that being said, one tip from my side I would like to give you is not just you, but all our audience is, if you're a woman out there, the thing that has worked for me in the last 2 years is to work on the 5 dimensions, right? So there are only 4 dimensions. I'm adding a fifth dimension also, not the spiritual dimension that we are speaking, but it's very much in reality that physical is very much in reality. We all can feel mental, we all can feel emotional. Right now, we have been talking about the same. When being a carrier of emotions, you just cannot escape emotional well being. And then spiritually. So we have to be aligned with these four. It's like a chair. Okay. I tell this to my community students. Consider this as a chair. Suppose you knock off one leg from that chair. So it's not going to stand stable, right? So similarly, in life, all these 4 dimensions are important. Of course, I'm going to give you a picture about a royal chair. A royal chair will have the fifth leg, which is nothing but a financial well-being, right? It is very highly important that we have to step into that. Finances and women are always like way ahead. I mean, way apart. So it is important to step into that, mode also, to be able to learn, especially this physical and mentality. We have always been told, and culturally in India, spiritual dimensions is always aligned, right? It depends on one's person's like and dislike, but culturally we are always rooted, and that's the best advantage of being in India. Apart from this, the two other dimensions which is undervalued is always being emotional well-being and financial well-being in a woman. So that one thing that I would like to tell you is, for each dimension in your day, just pick up one ritual. It could be just one ritual, maybe for 15-20 minutes, is still okay. As long as you're able to be in touch with all those dimensions, that is what is going to make you a full, complete person. Because women are not out there to compete with each other, but to complete. Because you having a woman in your life is only to not to compete, it's only for completion. If you see even ourselves, right? We take our own role, whether it is personal or professional. Right now it is out there, FOMO industry, fast, competitive industry. But within ourselves, we don't want to compete. We want to collaborate and complete ourselves. That the fulfillment is what we are seeking. On that note, the fulfillment has to come within us. So that can happen when you touch upon these all dimensions. For example, physical, just make some physical activity of just walking for 15 minutes, being in the sun out there. Being in India, being in US, I know how much sun is important, right? We are covered with darkness. Various parts of US is covered still with darkness right now also. We just got over with that windstorm and all that. So sun is very, very important. Just go out there, be in the sun. 15 minutes walk will definitely do for your physical energy. Similarly, for your mental energy, like, writing. One of our guests said writing, and then reading and emotional well-being. Simple things like just ask yourself, how are you feeling in this moment? Morning, afternoon, and evening. And before you go, we have so many other practices like for spiritual well-being. We can do gratitude, we can do meditation, we can do a lot of therapies, and then just get aligned or simply light a lamp and just do some prayers. We will know better than anybody else in the world. So how much you can align with yourself in these 4 dimensions definitely makes you a complete person. So this has worked for me, and so it will work for others as well. With that, I would just like to thank you both for coming over here. But I have one last question for you both. Okay. And with that, I would like to also give some gifts for our audience. So the one last question I would like to ask you, because we are celebrating womanhood, we want to touch upon that also. And according to you, as a woman, what is one ability or a quality that you don't want to let go? It's like, this is what has, this is the purpose of me being a woman. So if that is so, just in short time, short words, like 1 or 2 words, one quality that you don't want to let go. What will that be?
That is always love. Okay, in whatever scarcity I was in, but always I had my love above all the hurdles that I had in my life with the people around me, and that really helped me to come back and to become the coach what I am right now too. Because when you put the problems above the people, you suffer, right? When you put the love above the situation what you're facing, you will start seeing the solution around,
Very
right? So
nice.
that
Thank
I
you.
never want to let go of.
Super. So love for both self and others, right? I'll make it clear.
Well, I feel that woman is synonymous to love. Okay, she is love. Only when she shows up when she masks the problems above her, only then she is not able to experience the love what she is. Otherwise, she is just the love. Okay.
Super. Just pure love.
Yeah,
Lovely.
absolutely.
Thank you. Ambika.
Enjoy, empower, and elevate yourself and your child.
Self-realize. Oh, child. Okay. Very nice. Super. So that is something that one quality that you think as a woman you have it, and so you want to, give it for others as well. Super. With this, if you have any gifts for our audience, let us know what you have, because being a woman,
Absolutely.
we love
So
gifts.
yeah, they can DM me for if they have any relationship problems, they can DM me and I'm ready to help them out. Okay, so I
Super.
can give them a one-on-one clarity call. So
And they
they
can
can,
refer your link in the bio for your,
yeah,
or directly
absolutely.
DM.
Yeah,
Super.
they can DM me. No issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. You, Ambika?
Yeah. So I have prepared a emotional guide for empowering the parents for themselves and for the child. One EPD like ebook kind. Okay, I can just pass it to viewers if they just DM me. And I have a special this Women's Month special one-to-one free 30-minute call. So anybody can DM me and I can reach out to them by just empowering them and elevate their child.
Super. Very nice. I do have a gift this month end, being a women's special month. We will be conducting the EQ Brain Skills workshop where people can learn, the women can learn how to build emotional resilience and build some digital niches, how they can handle their own superpower. First of all, somebody has to be, decoding our superpower. I always feel that having a mentor is pretty helpful in a lot of ways because they are subject matter. So, and top of it, we have AI generated psychometric tools which can help them really know what is their brain power. So if you kind of know through AI generated reports, because that will pick up your patterns, okay? we ourselves may not know what kind of a person we are, but with external feedback, we can still get it right. But right now, we can use AI tools. We can take that leverage. First of all, try to understand where your strengths are. From there, we define your career niche, and accordingly, we pick up your client base, and then we will step on to set your goals. So this is a very concrete way of dealing with your brain power and with that of any business that you want to set. So there is a super alignment. Things can not, we can minimize the risk, and we can always maximize the efforts that we can take. But it is a leverage that we can use the AI tool, knowing your improving your emotional intelligence. So let's do it. And this is a gift for all the women who's watching. Only for this month, we are giving out free of cost. So the link is going to be in my bio. And the next month onwards, it will be a cost because there's a involvement of an AI report there. So for that, register there, and whenever the link is out there, register, and you will be invited on emails. With that being said, so thank you so much for our guest for being here. I hope our audience. I'm just going to say a hi lastly to Naveen Manikam, Samuel Vasant. So it could be from either of our audiences.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I love the keywords. I will remember all that. It's helpful for both my personal development and also to be able to pass this on to my community as well. So thank you so much once again for being here. I wish you all the very best and celebrate the women in you all the ways.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Brinda,
Brenda.
for
Thank you so
inviting.
much for calling out. And also thank you, Ambika, for being there. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Super.
Brinda, for inviting us and making my like Vinita to speak with me.
Again, huh?
I mean, along with us.
Okay.
It's a
Nice. No?
beautiful guest environment.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll meet again once again. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure,
sure, sure.
Chalo.
definitely.
Bye bye.
Thank
Thank you
you.
again.
Okay, then
Bye.
take care. Bye bye.